there, it's Morna, and I wanted to make a really quick video for you all about this skirt that I'm wearing. It's from Named Clothing, and it's called the Pulmu skirt, high-waisted skirt, and it's from their latest fall-winter collection. And if you don't know Named Clothing, they are I believe that they're from Finland, but I'm going to double check and I'll put it in the comments below, along with their website. And I think that they're two sisters, and or at least they look like sisters. But they're one of my favorite pattern design companies, and they come out with patterns every season, and they come out with like a whole kind of collection every season, and they always do really amazing things. And so yeah, so this is the skirt that I made. I made this back in October, and it's kind of inspired by a Stella McCartney bikini that I saw, and the actual bikini has it's color blocked, and it has three sort of different colors, but it's black, white, and a kind of tan color. And yeah, and I just sort of had that on my brain, and then I was looking at the drawing, the technical drawing of this skirt, and then I just sort of noticed that it has the, three different pattern, or design lines, I guess, or opportunity for using different fabrics. And I thought that it would be very flattering to do something, cream at the front, and then having the black on either sides. It's quite slimming on the hips, and yeah, so it's what I used is a kind of cream leather. It's cream leather, and then black leather on the back, and then a black denim on the sides. And as I was doing it, originally I was going to use like black leather on the sides and the back, but I found it was just there wasn't enough kind of variety, and actually my partner suggested, why don't you use some black denim on the sides just to give it a bit of different texture. Yeah, so I made a few modifications. I think this slit on the side, I think I moved it up an inch or two, and I also see how it's like a flat here. So in the pattern it comes to a point, so I just moved it up and just made it into a flat there. I'm quite happy with it. The one thing that I find when I'm wearing it, I'm very conscious about how it moves, and I'm not sure if that's because of the the leather is a bit stiffer, right? It's not like a drapey thing, right? So I just find it a little bit crunchy when it moves, when I'm walking anyway. Now, I have not added the lining, which I'm sure is an integral part of the skirt, and it might, actually, if I add the lining, it might sort of make it have more slip, like things wouldn't get, there wouldn't be so much friction, between my tights and the underside of the leather. The leather is actually something that I got off of fabric.com maybe about a year ago or so. It is a real leather, but it's very, very thin, and it has this kind of like, is it knit? Now it's stretchy, but I think it is some kind of like knit on the backing. It has like a kind of backing to it, and it's very, very thin. And yeah, but other than the kind of crunchiness of it, or the kind of, I guess how it moves, it's more like how it moves. There's something still not quite working in the equation. I feel like, okay, I'm a product designer in my day job, so I'm always looking at all the different aspects of whatever I make. Like there's obviously the visual aspect, right? The aesthetic, what it looks like. And then there's the kind of functional aspect of like how it performs as a piece of clothing, right? And so I feel like, okay, I like the aesthetic look of this, but there's something sort of in the performance of it that needs some tweaking. And I don't think it has anything to do with the pattern per se. I think it's more like my material choice and sort of how it performs in use. I guess, you know, in product design, that's the only thing I can relate it to is like, you know, when a design, I guess for me, it's like when I'm wearing it, I still have questions about, you know, is this moving properly with my body, those kinds of things. Or I'm just kind of conscious of how it moves and it doesn't quite feel right. And I think typically when you have those kinds of questions when you're wearing a piece of clothing, then there's something not quite right. Because I think clothing should be kind of effortless and you shouldn't be like questioning, oh, is this too tight? Or is this a little bit weird? Or, you know, you should just be able to put it on and not really think about it. Or think about it in a good way, like, wow, I feel so good putting this on or something. So, yeah, I think as a sort of overall design, the skirt, as an overall design, as far as like the pattern and the material coming together, I think there's still some like rough edges that need to be ironed out, not ironed out, but kind of like refined, let's say. But other than that, I'm quite happy with it, and I'll put all the information about where you can find the skirt down below, and we'll see you some other time. Okay, have a good day.